Now start.
Hey, I am one ugly guy, and I got meat. Did some flank steak. I like doing this with, and I'm not a big open pit barbecue sauce fan. You take a flank steak, some open pit barbecue sauce, let it marinate, grill it. It rocks. Gonna try it today in the sun oven. So we're gonna see what happens. And no, I'm not gonna cook it in the Ziploc bag, so don't worry. So I just want to get it in and see what I want to do here.
Okay, we are at the May Prepper Meetup for Miami Valley, Ohio preppers, and this is a sun oven. I'm Gunrunner 7271. Just thought we would put on a little demo here. So
Off that way. So we'll see what happens.
we got Buck Run over there getting the grill ready. Ohio Prepper 54 is assisting. Making me hungry.
Oh yeah.
Now how long will that take to cook?
It won't. I mean, you can leave it in here all day,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fine. It should probably be cooked in a couple hours, depending on how hot it gets.
Uh-huh.
So I'm trying to do this with as little slime to my hands as possible.
Okay.
I don't know how big this steak is.
Lord have mercy.
Do what we can to fill up the pan, though.
You're oozing. You're
Yeah,
oozing.
no,
You're
it's all right.
oozing.
It's all right. It's not a big deal. Cleans up.
It cleans up easy, does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the inside of this thing cleans
Yeah.
up great.
Well, tell us who it's made by and all that.
It's made by Sun Oven, the company Sun Oven.
Oh, okay, just sun oven. Okay.
Yep.
And
There we go.
cost is unknown
I
at
don't
this
even
point?
know off the top of my head. I have had this one for so long.
Mm-hmm.
We've had this for.
You've actually cooked on it before?
Oh yeah, yeah. Cooked lots of stuff. I've never tried these on here. I've never tried like this kind of a steak kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll adjust it here. I'll show you how to adjust it here in a second. I didn't clean off the lid. I should have, but I didn't.
I can tell you that when I walked into the reflector, it got very hot very quickly.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine what 4 reflectors will be, you know.
Now, if you come back here, what you want is, look at the shadow on the ground behind it.
Uh-huh.
You just want that shadow to be even on both sides.
Okay.
And then you can, if you need to, you can set this up
Mm-hmm.
or down. And
Okay.
We're pretty close as is, so I'm going to leave it down.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's it for now.
Stay tuned, folks.
Rock
All
and
right.
roll.
You need some wet wipes?
Got him.
Got
I'm
'em.
a prepper, dude. Come on.
Okay. I hear you, brother.
I'm just.
Hey guys, it's Gunrunner 7271. We're here at the Prepper Meetup. Can you see me now?
Yeah.
Okay. We're here at the Prepper Meetup. There's a small group, and today is May 19th. We got I'm One Ugly Guy running the video camera, and we got Buck Run 11. We got a new guy with us today, Ohio Prepper 54, and his significant other, aka wife.
And she's behind the cooler, so
Behind the cooler, hiding.
she's ducking. I don't blame her. Why would you want to be associated with this crew?
I Am One Ugly Guy has got a big hunk of meat in the solar oven out in the parking lot. Buck Run has got an assortment of canned items over there. He's got pickles.
Tomato juice is yummy.
Tomato juice is off the chain.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got some relish. He's got some horseradish.
Nope.
No? Kraut.
Corn relish and kraut.
I'm sorry, kraut and corn relish. So we're gonna have a little meal, and today I thought we'd just have some questions and answers. Ohio Prepper 54, he's been prepping for about a year, and maybe just bounce some ideas off each other. I was gonna have a little theme topic, and quite frankly, that may have been in the wind. But with everything going on today, you know, I think we ought to talk about prepper groups and the difference between prepper groups and networking. What we're doing today is networking, and that's getting to know people, establishing a network of people so that if you're ever in trouble or if you need help, um, maybe even establishing, one of the things we talked about today is establishing have canning parties. Everybody bring their canners and, you know, talk over recipes as they're having a big canning party in a park. I think that would be cool. You know, and what that does is it gives you the collective knowledge of Buck Run, what little bit I know. You know, and if people like Ember Copper show up and some other people that are accustomed to canning, you get that combined knowledge if you're a new prepper. And boy, you know, you can't say enough about that. That's what I call networking. Gardening. I hope to have somebody to start talking about gardening who seems to be quite green-thumbed, in fact.
We could actually visit my garden. It's only 8 miles away.
Oh my, oh my, look at that. He's pretty proud of that garden.
He should be. It's
Yeah.
awesome, dude, from what I've seen on the Low Buck interview.
Right. And, you know, that's one of the things we're going to get into. But for today, let's just talk about networking. You know, I hear a lot of talk about prepper groups and who you want in your group and who you don't want in your group. Sometimes we don't get the option of choosing a group or who you want in your group. Sometimes it just revolves around your family, your immediate family, your mother, father, sisters, brothers, wife, kids, husband. That could be your prepper group, I suppose. More importantly, you're going to need more than that. You're going to need more than a group. You're going to need a network of people. People that can help you when you are lacking in some knowledge somewhere, when you're lacking in some ability somewhere. For example, Buck Run calls me up and says, man, I'm pulling a bunch of stuff out of the garden. Can you help me? Hey, when do you need me? Or I can be there on Saturday after 2. Will that work for you? You know, ugly guy breaks down on the highway. We talked about this before. He's on the highway a lot. He breaks down. The very least I can offer him, I don't think he wants me working on his car, you know.
No.
But the very least I can offer him is some sanctuary to get out of a storm or to get away from the weather, whatever that may be. I can feed him. I can offer him some shelter and some food. Networking involves helping each other. Good preppers help each other. They help their community. They help themselves, their family, their immediate neighborhood, and then their community. That's what prepping's about, okay? It doesn't involve, or it doesn't have to involve, nuclear war, civil disorder, economic crises. It can just be about the weather here, wherever you live. It can be about earthquakes, tornadoes, you know, snowstorms, ice storms, whatever. You know, it's nice to have someone in your network to help you and reach out with a helping hand when the chips are down. All right. So what we're going to do today is we're going to have a little question and answer thing. Hopefully, Ugly Guy's going to hold the video camera for a little longer as we go around. We're going to ask Ohio Prepper 54 to ask some questions, and we're going to videotape our response for you guys. All right? Okay, guys, progress report on the beef in the solar oven. If you look really close, it's actually got some condensation on the thing, but I can see the tray down below, and the juices in the tray are actually boiling. Dang, that's hot. Okay, we'll let you know.
You gotta ask the question.
Okay.
You still have to ask the
Everybody begins prepping for something. What are your reasons that you started?
I don't know that I have an event that made me start. Outside of, I guess, really the way the economy is going, kind of got me really thinking like, hey, what's going to happen if there is another Great Depression? What's going to happen if, you know, something happens to our country? You know, biblically is another reason for me that I look at. I look and, you know, you can look all through the Bible at all the prophecy. There's nothing that remotely mentions a one superpower, you know, that's separate. There's nothing America. I mean, you know, and so it's like something's got to happen to our country biblically. That, you know, there's a whole bunch of things. I don't, and then like, you know, we had um, ice storms come through a couple years ago and knocked power out to friends of mine houses. You know, friends of mine, they didn't have power for 7-8 days. I'm like, we'd have to go somewhere. I'm like, I couldn't survive through that, you know, and so that kind of got me. That's what kind of got me into it. Now I just prep for anything and everything. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be my own economic collapse. You know, something happens to me, and you know, I got to be able to feed my kids. So that's kind of why I got into it. What about you?
I've said it many times, I didn't know I was a prepper. I had a big garden and I love gardening. I've been gardening since I was in the 6th grade at school, you know. My dad didn't have a garden. I just started planting stuff because I like to do it, and then it came to where you'd work all summer in a garden, and then you'd have a boatload of vegetables and give it away and eat as fast as you could, and then it'd be over with till the next fall. I thought there had to be I had to start canning so that I could enjoy that stuff and eat it all year round. And actually for several years, I plan my garden now to where if I've got plenty of tomato juice, I don't need as many tomatoes this year, because it will last several years. And the other thing I'm prepping for is retirement. I've got my shop that I have been building up on, and that's just so I have something to do and maybe make a couple bucks when I'm retired. But it falls right in with prepping.
When you're old and gray.
No, when I'm old. I'm already gray.
Well, I grew up in rural West Virginia, and you know, I grew up, I don't know, I was the last kid to be born at home, you know, so kind of know what being poor is about. And I watched my parents, my grandparents, canning. I canned peaches. I can remember days of going to get peaches in Georgia and come bringing pickup loads home and cutting peaches and watching my grandparents and everyone at the family reunions canning peaches. I mean, just for days. Growing up in West Virginia, you know, you get snowstorms come in, and the difference between here in Ohio and West Virginia is everyone runs to the grocery store when they know a snowstorm's coming. West Virginia, everyone's already prepared for it because up in the mountains, you don't have the luxury of just running to the grocery store. That's one reason I prepare. And, you know, just having the peace of mind to say nothing is going to rattle me. I'm not going to be waiting in line on someone else. I'm going to have some sort of self-sufficiency to, if something happens, I'm ready for it. You know, while we can't prep for everything, I'm just ready for emergency in general.
What about you? What about you?
I guess what shoved us down the road was our own little SHTF scenario. We both worked at the same place, both lost our jobs. So that made us very keenly aware, even after years of service to a place, that you really are in a tenuous situation regardless. So it made us reevaluate the way that we spend our money, the items that we spend our money on. It made us aware of how quickly things can be taken away from you, and we want to be in a position where we are self-reliant as much as possible. You can't be at 100% and live a quote-unquote normal life, but we just want to do as much as we can for ourselves, and as you say, not be standing in line with someone that's waiting for a handout, not be standing in line with someone that's waiting for somebody else to do what you can do for yourself. And that's really the point.
Solar oven cooking, it's all done, is good stuff.